Good morning. It's not summer, it's still February. The sun is out. It's up there somewhere, roasting hot. Look, it's getting worse. I need to do something with it. Probably do this. Put my new hat on, which is actually broken. I'm getting sent a new one. I've got my new top on. More on this and this. In probably about a week. It doesn't even look, I've even made it fit. Just complete. Oh my god. Oh my god. You know. So more on this, and more on this, and a lot more to come in about a week's time. Anyway, right. So I've got my new net. I even ordered a new pole because, in fact, I know people are going to ask. I got that from Bradshaw's. I think there was a bit of a discount actually. I'm going to put a link below. Don't quote me on this, I'm going to say now, but I could potentially be wrong, but I think it was 50 quid for both with delivery, which I didn't think was too bad. Obviously they're quite big things, because I know this net and this handle have been on forever. I don't know if that was going to come apart, and I couldn't be bothered. It looks like it's just stuck on, so I just ordered a whole, another handle, another head, obviously. I'm going to keep this one inside. So I think what's happened with this, where it's outside, it's just got a bit weathered. Anyway, enough of that rubbish. Got a new one. So the plan is, oh look now, steam, burning money. I'm going to get the Utsuri out to have a closer look. It's looking not very good at all. It's definitely not dropsy. It's either, I'm thinking now, a tumour, or it has knocked itself and it's gone bad. But I need to get it in a bowl. I'm going to knock it straight. I'm not messing around with it. I'm going to knock it out, get a decent look at it, and then make a decision about what to do. Yeah, definitely not dropsy. I know it's just that initial panic and flap when I was looking at all the raised scales. I mean, initially, before I scraped the other week, I had raised scales both sides, which led me to potentially believe it was dropsy. But the more I've looked at the fish, and since having done the PP treatment, which has perked everybody up, a little bit of colour's come back into that Utsuri as well because of the trick. It's just all the raised scales, and so that initial panic of like, oh my god, is it dropsy? No, it's not. As I say, I think it's either one of them two things. It's either a tumour or there's a knock there and it's gone bad. So the joys of trying to net a fish now. So I'm going to take this panel off, net it, bowl it, knock it out, and then we'll have a closer look. Don't really know. So the only issue I'm going to have now is, because as we all know, I'm getting a big window put in here. Big window, 1.8 metres. It's going to sound a bit, I don't know, snobby. But fish that now have got knocks and bangs on them, don't want them in there. I know the pond isn't even done yet, the window's not in, but so I don't want to take scales out if I can help it. I don't want to, you know, butcher fish. I've learnt my lesson from that from years back when I was pretty much killing fish for fun when I was going through that absolute carnage. But so yeah, I'm going to cautiously treat this if needed, and then just monitor it. If I can keep the water right, the fish will sort of look after themselves. So that's the plan. So get this other bit off, get the fish out, and then knock it out, and then make a call. So I'll pick this back up. You don't want to see me net a fish. I'll pick this back up when the fish is out here. I want a bit of shade actually, I might have to do it over there. When the fish is out in the bowl. Joys. I'm not looking forward to this, if I'm honest, because I know it's going to be probably going to be bad. But it's got to be done. It's one of those things. Right, speak to you in a minute when I'm probably moaning about trying to net this fish with 3/4 of the covers on. Anyway, catch you in a minute. So I've got it in the bowl. Actually, could have done with a bigger bowl. The fish is way bigger than I thought. I think this is a 50 cm bowl. Anyway, it's not looking good at all. I'll give it a couple of minutes to go over, but yeah, I'm not happy at all with this. Can't see any massive, like a hole or anything that in the fish, but the scales that are sticking out are absolutely awful. Not good. Which is a shame. The fish is actually done alright, size wise. Bloody fish, always a pain, aren't they? Well, not always, but when they're a pain, they are a pain. So this side, as you can probably see even through the net, is actually spot on. Initially, when I first spotted the fish, it had raised scales both sides. But it's just the other side. Anyway, give it a couple more minutes. I'll get all my first aid box bits together, and then we'll take it from there. Here we go. The fish is over. Oh, sore. Yeah. There is said area. Not good at all. So the rest of this side actually now is fine. Let's have a quick look at the front, your mouth. Mouth's good. That side's fine on the gills. And that side's fine, so it's just here. What that is, do not know. What an absolute shame. I mean, there's no hole. But, I might get some better pictures and then speak to some koi friends. That's not good. You can see all the pus under the scales here. The danger is for squeezing them out is you pop a scale out. I don't really want to do that. That will just make matters worse. Okay. It's actually popping easily. So see all the muck coming out. Look at that. So I think I will do that. I think I'm going to be gentle. Get all these scales flattish. Lather it in antibacterial stuff. And then just going to have to keep an eye on it. But I don't want to seal anything in. Anyway, okay, so that's what I'm going to do. Again, don't follow what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing. I'm no koi doctor expert. So I'm going to be very gentle. I'm going to squeeze all the junk out that's under the scales, lather it with some antibacterial stuff, and then pop him back in and just keep an eye on it. I might put some, there's even a couple up there, look. I've got some Vercon or virus, whatever it is, to pop in the pond. I might put some of that in as well. I know I PP'd the other day, so any kind of bad bacteria would have been a knockback anyway, but just to give it a bit of a, hopefully a bit more of a chance. In fact, I think it's just here, the stuff. Yeah, is it Vercon? Oh god, I can't see, but I'll get a few of them in there as well. Right, I'll put this down, crack on with that. So this is where we're at. I've managed to get all the scales sitting flat again. The amount of absolute junk that was coming out earlier, I think I only knocked one scale out, which was a small one back here somewhere, luckily. There, it's tiny. So, but so I've been quite gentle. Just want to get all them sitting flush on the body, which they are now. So I'm just going to lather it in the old faithful Tamadine, and get back in the pond really. Hopefully, obviously going to have to keep an eye on it. There is a potential maybe to give it a jab at some point. I just do have access to antibiotics, so that's a possibility, but we won't go there just yet. We'll see how we go, and then yeah, real shame, but luckily there's no actual open wound in the body, I suppose, if you look at it on the bright side. And this could have all stemmed from the trick. It could have just knocked itself, and then the trick's gone mad. I don't know, within the skin of the, on the skin of the fish. But yeah, anyway, right, I'm going to finish up, getting back in. Nice looking fish though, do like it. And the body, slight body deformity is not quite as pronounced now, but obviously it is here. It's not quite as bad, you can't see it quite as much now, it's put a bit of size on, but yeah, absolute monster of a fish, done alright. So we want to keep you. Anyway, right, let's finish up, get it back. Fish is starting to come round now. So I think the key thing here, for me, and what I've learned over the years, is not to go gung-ho and start pulling bloody scales out and all that. As I say, it was very gently, I squeezed all the muck out that was under the scales, and then just cleaned it up with the Tamadine. So what I'm going to do, I've got 3 tablets in here, it's 1 tablet per 1,000 with me Vercon, and I'm going to dose that today. Again, it's an antibacterial thing, so it'll just lower all the bacteria counts within the pond, hopefully give the fish a bit of a chance eventually when it comes round. The fish has done really well actually, I'm really pleased with it. As per normal with a lot of Utsuri fish, the sumi completely disappears off of it as soon as it's netted and bowled, but the area's a lot cleaner, and you can see really the rest of the fish is fine, amazingly. So I'm hoping it was just a knock that from the trick where it's maybe flashed or caught itself. It's been an idiot trying to rid itself of a trick, and then this will be. I'm going to put it this side. It's one of those things you never know, and it's always a fish you like. Let's do the other side, pal. So hopefully gently does it. Again, it's what I've learned over the years, having butchered many a fish in my time. Put it up right. As you can see now, that all the scales are flat. I'm going to keep a close eye. Obviously it's a lot lighter in the evenings now, so it'll give me a bit more of a, when I get in from work. It's not really dark now till about 6, is it? So I'll be in plenty of time to give a bit of a watchful eye over the pond and see how everybody's getting on. I've just been here actually waiting for this fish, and I popped it in initially. Had a good look at all the others. I can't see anybody else with any issues. I'm not going to start netting them all out. I can't see anything obvious. I know something's going on, like they're going nuts. I think maybe because the cover's off as well. But yeah, nothing obvious on anybody else, so literally, hopefully, we've caught it in time and dealt with it correctly. There we go. We'll go back, fella. I'm saying fella, it's sold as a male. Oh, you don't want to over. It's heavy. I don't want to go now, let it stand there. Let's say, yeah, can't see anything on anybody else, obvious. And without netting everybody and having a decent look underneath them, you're never going to know, are you? But what are you doing? There we go. I'm going to sulk now, but there we go, it's for the best. Here he goes. I think now, as long as I can keep the water stable, 15 degrees is what I'm at the minute. I'm going to keep it at for the foreseeable. There's a bit of food going in, so the stress levels on the fish should be a lot less now. It's not, the water's not cold, we're getting a bit of food. So yeah, he'll have a fighting chance, hopefully. Obviously I'll keep you all updated. Right, anyway, next job will be UV. Now, because why isn't it working? So I'm going to have a look at the bulb, look at the ballast, and then we'll see. Someone's gave me a link to somewhere where you can get a bulb relatively cheap. It's an amalgam UV, it's not a normal, the normal type of UV you would use, what some people use, like the TMCs or the Evolution Aqua ones. It's an amalgam jobby, slightly different. It works at slightly different, I don't know, it's all technical. Anyway, so yeah, hopefully it's just a bulb and I'll get a new one of them popped in, and then that'll fix that. But I need to have a closer look just to confirm it. I'm going to do that now. What a lovely day to be doing jobs. I'm not even mad about that fish. I'm obviously upset, but not seeing a big hole in the side or a massive big hard tumour lump or anything like that, and managing to get all the scales flat. I'm confident, but we'll see, won't we? You'll have to wait another week, but I'll know beforehand, but we'll see. Right, anyway, let's get in the pit and have a look at the UV. So here's my UV. I've Got it just in the clean side of the drum. Got it cable tied, just so it don't go flying off anywhere. The ballast part of it is that there, that silver box, and then it goes straight into the switch box here. As you can see, when I switch it on, there is nada. So it's probably the bulb. I'm presuming, I don't know how, I'm going to turn it off now before I forget. If I look at the bulb, I'll see that it's burnt or popped. So I'm going to unclip it and then just have a look at the bulb and then make a decision, probably. Because if it's the ballast, obviously I'm not going to know if that's broke. I haven't got the technical know-how to check it. I'll probably end up, if it is looking likely to be that, ordering a whole new UV. And then the reason I went for this, one, because the amalgam is meant to be better, because it runs at a different sine wave, like I said earlier. I'll probably, if I can find a link actually, I'll pop it in the description below. And one of the other obvious reasons is that I can just pop it in the drum without having any flow restrictions with pipework, or adding pipework as well. As you know, if you've got an inline thing, you have to have it on your return to the pond if you're gravity fed. And trying to get pipework runs in, especially like me, was a tight space. Made sense to have that as the option. But right, I'll cut that off and we'll have a look and see if it's obvious. Probably won't be, but hey ho, won't know till I look at it, will I? I've just done a clean. I've just pressed a manual clean on the drum actually, so don't frighten the life out of me. So while I'm clipping that off, I'm not going to get wet. Right, back in a second. There we go. You can probably see there's some debris in there. There's a load of water in the bottom. So that's my problem, and the bulb definitely gone. You can see that all burnt at the end there, if that focus. So I'm going to go for a bulb to see if that cures it. Hopefully will. Probably doesn't help, but because I've got this in there, I don't know how waterproof this end part is. So when I get my new bulb, it should be. I'm going to take this apart and see what it looks like in here. There's probably a rubber O-ring, I would have thought. But whether or not this was done up tight, this outer bit was done up tight enough to seal it, I don't know. But yeah, God knows how long it's been off. I mean, I haven't had rainwater, so it must be a fairly recent thing. I can't pull it out anymore because it's tied to the underside of the platform the drum's on. Anyway, I'm going to clean it up because it's absolutely minging, take it apart and then order a bulb. Hopefully a relatively easy fit, or slightly cheaper as well, just a bulb, not a whole blooming unit. Right, let's have a look inside. So yeah, as I thought, there was water, that's where the bulb connects in there. This goes over the top. Then you have this on top of the quartz sleeve, and then that bit screws down onto that and clamps it all together. There's water in all of it, and the the bulb is foobarred. So whether or not actually it was this that tripped the electric that time I had a problem, and I thought it was that outside wire which needed replacing anyway, it's more than likely probably this. So well, I'm going to go bulb first. It's a 40 watt T5 amalgam bulb. You won't be able to see that. Take to eyes. It's not on, is it? I'm going to take this inside before I smash it. And in fact, I'm going to clean it up here, and I'm going to put that safe in my bike room so I don't break it. So I don't get broken. I'm going to dry it out, clean it up, put it safe in a little box, and then get a bulb ordered. So hopefully that will be the problem. If it still doesn't work, obviously it's completely kaputted the whole thing, hasn't it? But I won't know that till I change the bulb. It's the easiest option. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it was just that. But this looks alright, even though it was very wet. And there isn't an O-ring or anything on this side, so when you screw that down, so water can get in the back of this. So I might think of something. So I think if you put them in a drum normally and you screw a hole, all of this part would be on the outside. So you'd be looking at something like that, and then just the bulb part being on the inside of the drum. In fact, I know it's not conventional. I've obviously got this tube here. I could just drop it in the top of that for now. I don't know, I've got a couple of options, but let's get a bulb ordered. But again, this is all part and parcel of getting a rebuild sorted. One, I've had to take the lid off of this side, prop that up, jump over there. It's an absolute bloody nightmare. That won't be the case later on this year. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the Utsuri. Just swimming around, grumpy a minute ago. But at least it's swimming around. Well, it was. It's in here somewhere, I promise. Sulking somewhere. There it is. Now that's interesting. Is that potentially a bit of spawning activity there? And that the Utsuri now potentially being female with the way they were chasing it. Got that to contend with now. Other weather's getting better, the frisky ones. Oh, it's looking a lot better, so hopefully that keeps itself in check. Will be good. Anyway, right, let's clean this up and put this away safe before I do drop it. Water wasn't quite warm enough to dissolve the tablets, so get some warmer water. Nearly there. So yeah, job well done, I think. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that'll be it. Sumi's come back on it. It's just a matter of keeping all them scales nice and tidy, not fluid and junk stuck behind them again. And I'll tell you what I have noticed, starting to get some fuzz on the wall, and there's a slight tint in the water now, so I do need to, in fact I've just been inside, I do need to sort that bulb sharp-ish. It's not happen like I did with the net, I didn't forget about it, and then it's no good for anybody, is it? Well, it's no good for me. So yeah, actually as well, it's not correlated. I'm going to cut the grass today. It's a bit fuzzy. And then that'll be it. I'll pick you up in a couple of days. Catch you later. Bye. That's how I feel. Afternoon. So busy this week. I am going to just bowl the key Utsuri just to see how it's looking, but from looking here from the pond, it's looking a lot better. I just want to have a quick closer look, so I'm just going to put it in my floating basket. There it is. Just for a closer look. Maybe not, I don't know. No, there's still a load of raised scales again. So I think I'm just going to do what I did. Oh, I think I'm going to do what I did last week. I'm just going to knock it out, then gently ease any pus out that's behind them. Yeah, you can see there, look. And then put a bit of Samadine on it. Oh, the joys. It's not as bad as last time, but there are still, I don't know, there's still a few that are raised and there shouldn't be. So get all my gear together and then get it out for another look. And oh, bloody fish and a bit of a squeeze. Right, anyway, right, I'll catch you in a minute when I get it out in a bowl. It's the same as before, just going to wait for it to go over. Bloody fish. It's literally just that one patch down its right side. There. So, not a happy bunny, but anyway, I'll come back when it's over. Yep, exactly the same place, pretty much the size of it was before. So very odd. So I'm going to do what I did last time. Was that Sunday, Saturday, whenever. There's no actual wrecked scales, they're just all pussy underneath. So you know, it pops out nice and easy. Just want to try and get all the scales flat and all the junk out of it. So yeah, that's my plan of action again. Again, rightly or wrongly, I'm not sure, but that's what I'm going to do. Look at it, it's quite a big patch. Again, if I'm working on a fish, just a bit of a tip, if you can, try and keep it in the bowl rather than getting it out and putting towels on it and stuff. Me personally, if you can treat a fish while it's in the bowl, it's just far easier. And the fish is in water as well, you're not damaging it anywhere else on it. You'll see a bit better from this way, look. So yeah, squeeze them out. So say this side was like that the first time round, but hence me thinking dropsy, because it was both sides. So this side is actually fine now. It's just here. Anyway, right, I'm going to put this down. Squeeze all them out. Lather it with some of that again, and then pop it back in. Oh, joys. Right, see you in a minute. So I've been a little bit more hardcore with it this time. So I've got a cotton bud, and I obviously poured the Tamidine on it, and then a lot of the scales, obviously where there was pus under it, there's a gap now under the scale. So I've got the cotton bud in there under, I don't know, 50 scales maybe. Giving it a wiggle round, getting the Tamidine in under the scale as well as on the top. And then just waiting for it to come round now. I'm not one for sealing anything in, so I'm going to leave it just like that. Again, for another, I don't know how many days, another 5-6 days, or sooner if needed, hopefully not. And then see how we go. So yeah, probably a strange one. I might give them another scrape at the weekend. Got a lot on tonight. TV buddy in the lounge blew up yesterday, so I've just been to Curry's to pick up the world's biggest telly. So I've got to try and get that up, set up on the wall and all of that rubbish. And then literally I've just got in from work and done this before we lose the light, so a lot going on at the minute. Okay. There was no horrible rough junk scales, so I'm happy about that. It's just the amount of pus and junk that's under the scales that are there is a bit of a concern. As to what that is, I do not know. But again, just massaged all the pus out as you saw, and then, like I said, Tamidine on the top, poked it under the scales as well, a little bit more brutal than I was last time. Hopefully that will make a bit of a difference. The fish has just been sick. Lovely. So yeah, it's looking a bit red, but I presume that's because I've been manhandling it. But we'll see. I'm not majorly disappointed about it yet, but obviously there is the potential for this to go bad quick, especially now it's, I say warming up, it's been bloody freezing this week, but as in I'm at steady 15 at the minute, and if it does warm up in the next few weeks, obviously I'll be raising the pond temp as well. But whether or not that will accelerate any kind of badness, I don't know. But as you've seen, it's not upset about itself. It's quite happy. It's happy to feed. It's happy bashing itself around with the other fish. And I've been here watching the others. I can't see any marks on any of the other fish, so it's literally just this one. Well, there's no raised scales that are visible on the others that I can see anyway. Anyway, I'm going to put this down, wait a couple more minutes for the fish to come round, and then I'm going inside. Or I might actually wrap this video up in a minute. I'm probably going to do that. I need to get this out Saturday morning. Well, I'll speak to you in a minute. Bye. Oh, there it is, fish back. Ooh. In there somewhere swimming around now. Well, it was. So yeah, again, protocol, I'm just going to keep an eye on it, and don't really know what else to suggest. I could probably give it an antibiotic jab. But as I say, I've been a little bit more, not brutal, aggressive maybe, but making sure I clean under all the scales, and then absolutely dousing it again. The good thing with these kind of treatments, the iodine based stuff, Tamidine, as soon as they touch bacteria it kills it. You don't need to rub it in, or it doesn't have to be on for a certain amount of time. It kills on contact, so as long as it's touching all the bad stuff, hopefully that'll be it. But you know, I thought that last week. It was only when I had a quick look yesterday when I got in, I noticed that it was raised again. So there we go. Anyway, that's it for this week. Not a lot going on, although I have collected some gas pipe. Hopefully that's the right one, from a friend doing a massive building project, and that was left over on the reel. That's from my gas man to fit the gas boiler, well, not to fit the boiler, but to get, I'm going to be digging the hole to put that in, and eventually getting a boiler on at some point, end of summer. Other than that, bit of digging over here. Made a bit more of an effort. Started to channel this out and then just give up the other day because I'm lazy. So I need to try and finish that at some point, get all of that dug out. And I've ordered, well, I haven't ordered, an absolute nightmare trying to get a mini digger. Do people not want my money? Is it not good enough for you digger people? There's a company literally 4 or 5 miles from here that do it. Emailed them twice and rung them. No one's rung me back and no one's replied to my email, even though I filled the form in. I've made a couple of other email and phone calls. And what's going on? People just not committing. Whether or not it's because of the dates that I want it, just say that, please. So I'm on the case with that at the minute, trying to get a digger sorted over the Easter kind of time, so the start of April, because I'll have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday off for work to do it, even though it won't take that long, but it's, well, the potential for it to take that long is. So I'm going to get on that tomorrow. Hopefully can get more of a commitment from somebody and take my bloody money. Take the money. Right, so that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. Not a massive amount going on, but hopefully we can get this fish sorted. An update on that will be next week, no doubt. And I'll catch you all next Saturday, because there will be another video. We're back onto weekly diary vlogs. Hey. Anyway, thanks for watching. That is it. I'm going, because I've said that's it. I'm going for ages. That is it. I am going. Catch you next week. Thanks for watching. Remember, a like and a subscribe will be amazing. Really trying to push these numbers. That'd be fantastic if you could do that, if not already. And I'll catch you later. Bye.